I'm sorry.
Cheese noodles. We're not cutting that.
Yeah, we are most definitely cutting that. Hello and
I'm sorry. I'm
good?
not sorry.
I know you're not. Alright, can we start this for real?
Yeah.
Alright, hello and welcome. We should start with names and introductions and that sort of stuff. My name is Elena.
My name is Shelby.
I was not.
I thought you were done. You pointed at me.
No, I just talk with my hands way too much.
I know you do. You're doing
I'm doing my Italian.
You're doing your Italian thing.
The Italian thing.
You can finish your introduction now.
Okay. My name is Elena. I use they, them pronouns.
Shelby, she, her. Shout out to our buddies over at the Spiral podcast on Spotify.
Yeah.
Becky, Marissa, and Sophie, they're our buddies. Shout out to our buddies at the Spiral. Go listen to them too.
We'll tell the story of why we started a podcast. That's on the list.
It is?
It is.
I haven't seen this list.
Okay, well the next one is our school year and favorite subject. So, do you want to start?
We're going to be seniors in high school this year. My favorite subject is probably history. That's what I'm going to major in.
Nice. My favorite subject is art. Look, I haven't taken a lot of subjects that I enjoy. I'm just trying to graduate at this point.
Honestly, yeah. For the record, if any of you are bored by this point, we are going to talk about the Phantom of the Sky later.
My God, we're going to. This is our.
Nope, that's all the context I get. Let's move on.
Okay, we're moving on. Our Hogwarts house.
Gryffindor. Go, Gryffindor. Go. No, I'm being glued out.
Anyway, I'm a Slytherin. Cereal before or after the milk?
Before? What heathen puts it on after? The milk's gonna go everywhere.
I agree.
Okay.
I am a cereal before milk person as well. I just have very strong opinions, and clearly you do too.
Yeah.
How did we meet?
I kidnapped you.
Well, do we want to not have someone start filing charges?
Okay, for the record, it was like, we met in like 6th grade in middle school, and we were like kind of sort of friends. But we became like friends when I took my sweatshirt in like 7th grade, I think. I took my sweatshirt and I tied it to myself, and I tied the other end to Elena and forced you to come sit with my friend group.
Yeah.
And I did not untie you for the entirety of recess, and you have yet to leave.
Correct.
I untied her. Just so we're clear. I untied them.
Yeah. Dope. Favorite beverage? Beverage. Drink of choice.
Well, I've decided I like coffee.
Dang.
Which is it's a development for me, but I am a fan of like fruity teas and like the fruity drinks at Starbucks.
I'm a Pepsi person. That is my beverage of choice.
I don't drink soda.
I know.
It makes my nose do this weird tickly thing and I don't like it.
The carbonation?
Yeah. I don't like it. It seems like drugs.
Why did we start a podcast?
You asked me if I wanted to, and I'm like, alright, I'm down for that.
Yeah, so I had just finished recording my episode of The Spiral. Shout out to Becky, Marissa, and Sophie. Go check out The Spiral on Spotify.
I did an episode too. I'm definitely not a doctor, and it's very clear based off that episode.
Probably. It's not out yet, so I have no idea what happened.
I recorded that way before Corona started, and it's still not out. Becky, I'm gonna fight you.
Okay. So, long story short, I recorded an episode with them, and so did you. After my episode came out, I texted Marissa, and somehow we got to the point where she wanted a nemesis, a podcast nemesis.
Oh, so we're their nemesis?
We're the podcast nemesis of The Spiral, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, I remember having this conversation. I think I was sitting over there.
Yeah.
No, I remember this. Okay, so do we not like The Spiral then?
I mean, I love The Spiral.
I mean, yeah, me too. Dobby's a walnut.
Dobby is... Yeah.
Okay, so we're their nemesis. All right, I can vibe with that.
I vibe with that too.
So we are definite. We did this out of spite.
Yeah, pretty much we did this.
I thought we were joking when we put that.
No.
Spite.
Spite.
I can have that.
Good. How long has this been in the works? How long have we been working on this?
We decided we want to do it when Corona started.
When Corona started? Yeah.
Around then, and then it started, and I'm like,
no,
we're not gonna do this yet. And then finally things have calmed down enough to where
we're still taking precautions. We're staying far enough apart.
We're distanced. We're sanitizing mics and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, at this point,
our area is more okay.
It's still not good.
It's not good.
We're hitting the second wave.
Yeah.
But hopefully people get their... I want to say a word, but that's a naughty word.
That's a naughty word?
It's a naughty word.
Well, nice segue into our little chart.
Yeah, we have a swear jar, and I meant to tell you. So we had the swear jars like we would donate to organizations like Planned Parenthood, fun organizations.
If
we're trying to discourage ourselves from cussing, wouldn't it be better if we donated to like Chick-fil-A?
No, absolutely not.
Are we not? I mean, it discourages cussing if you had to give money to Chick-fil-A. So we're just gonna continue.
We're just gonna keep a swear jar. I mean,
we could keep a swear jar, and at the end of like a year of this, we go treat ourselves to ice cream or whatever.
Yeah, that's cute.
Which would just make me swear more.
No. Okay.
I'm broke right now, so let's try not to swear.
Okay. Well, I'm not collecting your payments for a while.
Awesome. Are you gonna keep track of it though?
I am in the editing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't said anything yet.
I know.
I probably won't.
Because when I go back to edit this, I basically have to listen to this audio several times, and we'll keep a little tally.
Okay.
In this notebook.
Moving
on, that was a long discussion. Do we know how the swear jar works? I'm still confused.
Well, you have like different prices for different words.
I do.
And I put in the money in the swear jar if I say the words.
Yes.
Can I paint a jar?
Yeah, you can paint a jar.
Alright, guess I'm gonna go to Joanne's after I get paid.
Get a little jar. And we're donating that money, correct?
Not ice cream?
No.
So you weren't serious when I said we could just go get ice cream at the end of a certain period. We can donate. We can donate. We'll figure out where we're gonna donate later on. This is the first recording we've done, so we're still kind of figuring things out.
Testing the waters, doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, next, hobbies. Do you have any?
Art, reading, writing.
My hobbies include reading, writing, all of the art, editing, filmmaking. I think that's it. I do sew, yeah.
You sew better than me. You made cosplay costumes.
I do! I cosplay. Yeah, that's a thing.
Can I technically say I cosplay if I have a costume?
Yeah.
I've never worn it for anything. But next time Comic-Con happens...
Next Comic-Con.
I'm probably going to be broke. But anyways, moving on.
Moving on. What is this podcast going to be?
Based off of the list of things we have to talk about, it's definitely starting off as a very big fandom discussion.
Yeah.
We're both involved in fandoms.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them overlap, some of them don't. We're going to talk about things that interest us. Books. I know we've got one episode planned where I just kind of go off on a book series I've read that Elena has not.
Yeah. So we're doing... This is the history episode.
Yeah.
Next
Which turned into true crime.
Yeah, because I'm a true crime nerd, and they overlap.
Yeah, we're both true crime nerds, and it ended up being like we were supposed to both just talk about something from history.
Yeah.
And I've been working a lot recently painting a fence, and I forgot to do it, and my idea of just discussing the formation of communism from the top of my head was vetoed, so we're just talking about D.B. Cooper today.
Yes.
Eventually.
But you don't have a topic?
No, you said I couldn't just talk about communism from memory.
Correct. This is not a political podcast.
I wouldn't have made it a political podcast. It would have been me making fun of the Tsar and Tsarina of Russia. I can't remember what the print. I can see the word for what like the Prince equivalent of Tsar is, but I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Zarvik.
Yeah.
I'm pronouncing that wrong. Let me butcher Russian. I'm so
Let me
sorry.
butcher Russian real quick.
Sorry to anyone who knows how that word's pronounced. I read it in a fic.
Jesus Christ.
It wasn't like something about like it was an historical thing. It was like I don't know how to explain it. I'm not gonna be honest with you.
So we have this is our history episode. We have
which turned into true crime.
Yeah, and then we have a Harry Potter episode later on. I'm going to go off about why required reading is dumb.
It is dumb.
Yeah. We kind of have an episode planned where we bring on some sports ball people.
I haven't talked to my sports ball person about that. It would be a mix of learning about sports and or convincing our sports ball people friends that sports is a cult. And you cannot change that concept?
You cannot. We also have a D&D episode on later, like way down the road.
What were we going to do for that? Look, I have a goldfish memory, okay? I can't remember things.
Our D&D episode was likely just talking about our experiences with D&D, some funny things that have happened in our campaign, about our characters. You, a friggin' bard!
I'm not a bard, I was a barbarian.
Right.
Corey wouldn't let me have knives!
Corey wouldn't. Yeah, because you're a friggin' bard!
I got throwing axes and a long sword instead, so I kind of feel compensated, but at the same time I wanted knives, and I might steal some of
I got knives.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
I'm not better.
Clearly. Yeah, so I think those are our introductions. Do you have anything else you want to tell the world? Oh, sorry,
Hi.
one more. Hi. What is your life motto?
My life motto?
Your life motto.
Well, I don't have one right now, but if it was one, it'd probably be something John Mulaney said.
It's your something police.
Yeah, something.
Police. I found that on a sticky note yesterday, and I was on a call with you when I found that.
Yeah, I'm still disappointed you don't get a senior quote.
I know.
I think I do, and I haven't found out what I'm going to use yet.
Oh.
I want to insult as many people as possible.
I mean, mine will be, if I get one, it is going to be...
Something police?
No! I was going to say it's going to be, I started high school with straight A's, now not even straight.
Okay, before we move on. You offered a drink earlier, is that offer still on the table?
We are in the middle of recording.
I know,
but yes.
I'm thirsty. I've been talking. Would I get copyrighted if I just started singing All Star? I got my water. Listen to me drink. Turning into ASMR.
Welcome.
Okay, Phantom of the Sky. I need you all to know that the only knowledge I have of the D.B. Cooper incident is from the BuzzFeed Unsolved episode.
Which is pretty freaking accurate. So
You guys should go look at it, by the way. Ryan puts a lot of effort into that, and I trust him.
I'm so proud of him. I got all my information from FBI.gov and vault.fbi.gov. So, are you okay?
How the turntables have turned. Now we're stalking the FBI. Who's watching us now? Who's watching the FBI? We are, I don't know. Y'all get what I was going for there. We're the ones watching the FBI now.
Yeah.
Take the tape off my camera now.
Yay. Okay.
I won't be doing that.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Are you, one last thing. Do you believe in ghosts?
I'm a Bulgara, yeah. For those of you who are unfamiliar with BuzzFeed Unsolved, there's 3 classifications for how you feel about like ghosts, aliens, supernatural things. Bulgara is you believe in ghosts, demons, the whole shebang.
All of it.
How do aliens fit in there? They believe in aliens?
Believe in aliens and
sentient aliens?
Sentient, like green figure
aliens. Shaniac is aliens are just tiny microbes. Yeah. Ghosts and demons aren't real.
Yeah.
And the middle is Reader, which had a former name, but because I am avoiding putting money in the playground right now. I'm not going to say it.
And Reader's just better because
Reader's
we
better
love
because it's named
Reed.
after Reed. She was great. And it's like you're somewhere in between.
Yeah.
But no, Bugar, Ghosts are real.
I am a reader leaning Shaniac. So
Okay.
I kind of believe in ghosts, but not really. I don't know how I feel.
Reader leading Shaniac.
Yeah. Ghosts.
Undecided about ghosts.
Undecided about ghosts, and aliens are just microscopic organisms.
They've proved those.
We've proved them?
Yeah, I think they found some on Mars, didn't they?
That's dope. Probably. I don't know.
I swear I remember seeing something about them finding them on Mars.
They found water on Mars.
They did.
They did. I'm proud of them.
them.
Okay. Anyway, into our case. Okay, this is the case of D.B. Cooper.
The ASMR portion. This is the ASMR portion.
This is the case of D.B. Cooper. So, Dan Cooper boarded the Northwest Airlines flight number 305 to Portland, Oregon from Seattle on November 24th, 1971 at approximately 3 p.m. Dan Cooper was a white man between...
It's always the white men.
It's always the white man.
Like, you look at any of the true crime things, and 90% of the
like
time,
really popular
like
ones.
the historical popular true crime ones, the
Ted
got big
Bundy,
in
the
news.
Dahmer, the
Axeman.
yeah,
All of them were white men.
white men.
White men.
White. Okay, so I'm gonna call him Dan just because I love.
You can't
that.
call him Dan.
But he went by Dan Cooper.
But you can't call him Dan. I know exactly why you're calling him Dan. You can't call him Dan. You can call him
You don't
DB.
know. Okay.
DB Cooper or Cooper. I don't.
Cooper was a white man between 5 feet 10 inches and 6 feet tall. A tall boy.
Very tall boy.
Very tall boy. His build was average to well, so not exactly beefy. He looked like your average guy, okay?
He's your average Joe, except he got a bomb.
Yeah. What? Spoiler alert! His complexion was olive or a Latin appearance. His hair, dark brown or
Wait,
black.
so he wasn't a white guy?
Well, he was a white guy.
But you said his complexion was like olive or
Yeah.
Latin.
Yeah.
Would that mean he's like naturally tan?
This is what the FBI told me.
I'm gonna do some Googling real quick because I may be misunderstanding what it means to have an olive complexion.
We're going to take a quick Google break.
You can continue talking. I'm listening.
So, dark hair, probably black. Normal style. I don't know what normal style meant, but that's how they chose to describe it. Parted on the left side, combed back with sideburns and a low ear level. Fun.
Okay, so just so we're clear, an olive complexion is like naturally tan,
Yeah.
kind of is the vibe I'm getting
Yeah.
from this. That's the best way I have to describe it, but like you could also still be white depending on the shade.
Yeah. His eyes possibly brown. Later in the flight, he put on dark wraparound sunglasses.
Wait,
with
he didn't
dark
have them
ears.
on when he got on?
No,
It always made it out like
he put them
normally
on
got
during the flight.
Okay, that's his like aesthetic look. That's like
Yeah.
his famous look.
It is. His voice is low, spoke intelligently, with no accent. They said no accent, but also placed him coming from the Midwest. So
Well, granted, I've heard that like people from the Midwest, we're from the Midwest.
Yeah.
We don't really have an accent. We talk like we're Southern, but we don't have a Southern accent.
yeah, we
Except
say
for
y'all
that girl.
ironically.
Except for that girl in Runza who had the most violently Southern accent
Are
I've
you-
ever heard, and I had to do a
She
double
could
take.
be listening to this.
She could be, and if you are, I'm sorry. I'm not meaning this to insult you. You just kind of threw me off guard because you had the most Southern Belle accent I've ever heard, and I'm in the Midwest, and it just, I wasn't expecting it.
Characteristics. He smoked heavily of Raleigh filter tip cigarettes. I didn't think
How
that
did they know
DB.
the cigarette brand?
That's freaking what I asked while reading this.
Did they have like a very specific scent enough that they would know?
Maybe. Neither of us smoke, so I don't know how this works.
I have some family members that do.
Me
but,
too.
like I can't.
It all smells like
tell.
smoke.
It just all smells the same.
Mhm.
Like there's people at school that smoke. I've had different family members that smoke. They might be smoking the same brands, but I highly doubt it. But it all smells the same to me. How would they know what brand? Maybe
Maybe
brand
it's
was
like a fancy.
Maybe it was like super fancy and it was
Yeah.
like flavored. Maybe that was how they knew.
Wild.
Or maybe like the flight attendant was a smoker and she smoked the brand, so she knew what it smelled like. I don't know. Maybe. But it seems weird that they were able to identify what he smoked.
Same. I also think that's weird. I also didn't think that DB smoked. Like, I knew it was very common in the 1970s, but I didn't picture him as a smoker. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I'm vibing with that, but also at the same time,
it was,
not surprised, but also mildly surprised.
Okay, he was wearing, picture this, a black suit with a white shirt, a dark skinny tie, dark overcoat, dark briefcase, a paper bag that was 4 by 12 by 14, and brown shoes.
So pretty much, if you watch Umbrella Academy, the uniform of field operators in the commission, or
that's
like,
what you thought of when I described this to you?
That or Men in Black.
Yeah.
But Men in
brown
Black
shoes.
Black shoes, yeah. Brown shoes is kind of off here because you think you'd want to wear black to match.
Yeah,
like,
or at least
I'm critiquing the true crime man's choice of shoes, but no, you don't wear brown with black. Especially he's wearing an all black suit and brown pants. No.
All black suit with probably a dark trench coat is what I'm imagining. And then
So,
brown shoes.
Yeah, he's like Men in Black or the Commission.
Yeah.
But
brown shoes.
the wrong shoes.
Yeah.
It's like spiteful, like, no, I didn't like the shoes. What's the word for like the stuff the company will give you to wear?
Company shoes?
Uniform?
Yeah.
Like the uniform. I was like, I didn't like the shoes that come with the required uniform. I'll remember the word in like half an hour.
Okay, cool. Okay. So Dan, you got this picture in your mind of DB Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
He boards the plane. And while waiting for the plane to take off, he ordered a bourbon and soda. Also, could you board and then immediately order something?
I've never been on a plane, so I don't know.
As someone who's been on a plane more than once, it's like after you take off is when the flight attendants come around.
Different in the 70s.
Probably.
Because like the 70s were kind of whack. Wasn't that when
they
like
were
Shane's
whack.
like, oh, you just killed someone.
You got 20 bucks.
Wasn't that the 70s they were talking about?
The 70s and 80s were just the Wild West of crime, yes.
But also like the big mob dealings in like late 1800s, the mob, which was also when like the Wild West stuff was happening, kind of.
Yeah.
Depending on what region. Did you know the Wild West deal only lasted like a decade or two?
Yeah.
It was a really short time for as popular as it is in media.
Yeah. Because it's got that certain aesthetic. It's got that look.
Yeah, and like most cowboys were not white as media has portrayed them.
Yeah. Rude. Media. Calling you out.
History.
Yeah.
Shocker, Hollywood's whitewashing history.
Wow. Anyway, DB boards the plane and he orders this bourbon and soda before the plane takes off. And then at about 3 p.m., Dan.
Is the plane taken off by this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in the sky. Dan, 3 p.m., Dan hands a stewardess a note that said he had a bomb in his briefcase and the stewardess needed to sit with him. So she did. Which, hold on. Why would I don't understand why the stewardess would need to sit with him.
Was it never, he just wanted her to sit with him?
Yeah.
Maybe he's like, I want a friend. I have a bomb.
Lonely.
Sit with me.
Aww.
Was there ever actually a bomb in his briefcase? I don't remember.
Yeah, there was.
There was?
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly can't tell you why he had her sit with him.
He was lonely.
I'm getting more water.
Okay. DB showed her the bomb. And then he told her to write down everything he was about to say. He said he needed 4 parachutes and $200,000 exclusively in $20 bills.
Maybe he was a fan of Andrew Jackson.
No one's in it. Well, maybe he was. I'm not a fan of Andrew Jackson.
I'm not a fan of Andrew Jackson either.
And then I calculated for inflation. So DB Cooper asked for $1,273,071.60 in today's money. In 2020's money.
Dang.
So he be making bank on this flight.
We don't make money on flights.
Yeah. But
If the mic didn't pick it up, I just said you don't usually make money on flights. My
You
voice
good?
did everything. I think I was about to burp.
Oh, okay.
Not doing that into the mic. I have some consideration for y'all.
Oh, that's very sweet. When DB landed in Seattle, Dan took the parachutes and the money and let the passengers go. Very sweet of him. But also, that was their destination.
He let them go at their destination?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, so he could have been like, no, you guys can't get off the plane. I have a bomb. But he's like, no, you guys are coming here. You can get off the plane. I'm not going to be that guy.
That guy.
Nobody died during this, did they?
Nobody died.
Nobody died.
Except for maybe our theory.
Maybe D.B. Cooper.
Yeah. But that's a later theory, and we'll get there. So, he let the passengers go, and I wrote, let the passengers go. Thank God. Plane then left for Mexico City. So, Nyum. And between Seattle and Reno, after 8 p.m., he jumped out the back of the plane.
Yeah, just like yeeted himself off the plane.
Yeeted himself off that plane. Well,
he had a parachute.
He had 4 parachutes.
He had all 4 parachutes and the money?
Yeah. What? Wild. FBI opened an investigation immediately. The investigation, wow, was called...
Words.
The English language sucks.
It does. Moving on.
The investigation was called NORJAC, standing for Northwest Hijacking, because the FBI are the most creative people.
Look, NASA names everything after Greek and Roman gods.
I know.
They're a bunch of geeks. They sent
Juno
to check on one of Jupiter's moons, which are all named after his affairs.
Yeah.
I think
love that.
NASA's creative, FBI is just like, smush words together.
Smush words together. This means this. And for filing purposes, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After 5 years, so 5 years pass, and 24 suspects were left. There were over 800 suspects total, and the FBI.gov was like, we did our best. And I'm like, okay.
Did you though?
Chill. I wasn't like, did you? I was like, please chill. I would like to know the facts. Okay.
And this is all the information?
That's all the information.
And you said that you had wanted to talk about this because they found some new information?
Yes. Well, I was going to go through the theories and stuff.
Okay, we can go through the theories first, but then we need to talk about the new information.
Yes, we do. So, first theory is that this hijacking was done by... I believe his name is Richard Floyd McCoy. I just have his last name. McCoy is the favorite suspect among many.
Is he the one who on his deathbed was like, I was not that one?
No, this is the one who did the exact same heist in the exact same way, like 7 months later, X amount of months later.
Okay.
I don't think it's him. Because copycat criminals are a thing. And no one knows who D.B. Cooper was. The investigation led nowhere.
It was a pseudonym?
So, we don't know if D.B. Cooper was the real name. We don't know.
They never looked into that to find if there was somebody by that name?
They looked into the initials D.B. and nothing came of it. So, we don't know. But to the McCoy theory, I say it could have been a copycat because,
Well, didn't he have the college ring?
Oh,
Was that the one with the college ring, or were they not sure on that one?
That was a different one.
Different one?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember, the minute details from the 3 different suspects the Unsolved Boys brought up, and it was, the college ring guy, the guy who died, and shit was making fun of him.
The one with went to prison, escaped,
well, there was
shot to death.
Copycat, the guy who said it on his deathbed, and college ring.
Yeah. College ring, we don't know if that's what they found. There was an unidentified object left by DB on the thing. Maybe it was a pack of cigarettes. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, maybe it was. That makes sense. I'm trying to remember why Shane and Ryan were talking about a college ring then.
Because someone said that it could have been Brigham Young University thingamabob.
Because that's where the one guy had gone and he was the copycat?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So this is the cut. Okay. Another theory is that Cooper did not survive the jump because he was jumping in the woods in his brown shoes at night.
Yeah, he jumped at night, and there was no evidence that he was a trained parachuter, and if he's never done that before, we have no idea what kind of training he has, and there's a very good chance, especially since he was landing in a forest, he got impaled by a flippin' tree. He could have. He
could have died, so...
There could just be a skeleton out there in some woods. It's like, there's a tree branch poking through his ribs.
That sounds horrifying.
It does. That'd be like terrifying to find.
Yeah, and a horrifying way to go. You bleed out by getting impaled by a tree.
You'd have a great view though, if the parachute didn't through your face.
It's not what I was thinking. Okay, so after DB jumped, the plot thickens.
Is this the new evidence?
No, this is the evidence that came 9 years later.
Okay.
In 1980, a boy found $5,800 with the matching serial numbers in Tina Bar. And that basically went nowhere.
Where's Tina Bar?
That's something we can look up.
Like, compared to where he jumped, was it close? Near?
It wasn't far, but it wasn't... You know.
But it never went anywhere. They found, what did they find? Money?
They found the money, some money.
Was it the money that had been given to him?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the money he stole, and they thought that it could could have washed from the Washougal River down to Tina Bar. Here's where we get, Washougal River to Tina Bar, and that's it. We know that. The case officially closed as an unsolved case July 8th, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So, August 4th, 2020, I get a news notification saying that a scientist has found diatoms on the serial number, on the money found.
What are diatoms?
So, diatoms are springtime algae. Well, diatoms are algae, and they found the spring bloom on these monies.
The money that had been taken by DB Cooper.
Yes, it is. Here's why that's important. DB jumped in November. So if the money washed from the Washougal River to Tina Bar, those diatoms would not be on there. So something else happened, and that money got wet during the spring. Oh, indeed.
So the money didn't end up in the river until the next spring.
Yeah.
Which means...
Or any of the springs in the 9-year period before that boy found the money. So
that means there's like a very good chance he survived that jump.
Yeah. There's a chance he might have survived that jump.
Dang.
Dang indeed!
This is new evidence!
I know! Yeah. And the scientist working on this, because if you're like me, you're like, this could be nothing. The scientist working on this, his name is Tom Kane, and Tom Kane has a PhD and is the executive director and senior ecologist in the Institute for Applied Ecology.
So he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
He
knows what he's doing.
This is interesting.
This is so interesting.
This is interesting.
Let's get some biology up in here, because that...
Look, I did not like my biology class. Part of it had to do with the teacher.
Yeah.
Although second semester he let the student teacher handle everything, and we all loved him way better. He brought us food.
The best teachers bring food.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. If you're learning how to be a teacher out there, bring your kids food and they'll love you. Unless you poison the food, then they won't.
My God, what are you doing?
But no, that means either DB survived the jump.
Well, then what happened to the money? How did it get there?
He might have dumped the money. Like, he knew that they had traced it, so that he dumped some of the money after he spent some of it, liquidated it.
Yeah.
Whatever. I think I used liquidated wrong. Maybe he,
Just a little.
I don't know. Who knows? He could have bought a bunch of things and gotten rid of the rest of the money. Maybe invested it in gold or something. Yeah. It's like $1 million worth of gold, or $1 million
Yeah.
In today's currency, he could have. I don't know what the gold to money ratio was then. I don't know what the price of gold was then. But no, he could have ditched some of the money. Maybe he didn't survive and he died, and the money flew away.
Or an animal took it to a place because he was
ended up in the river, or maybe somebody knew he was jumping and took the money off of his body and ditched some of it. I think that's still really interesting.
Yeah. Do you think there was someone else involved in this?
Hard to say. It's hard to say. With this new evidence? Possibly. And I think that DB knew he was going to get caught if that plane landed and needed to jump out of that plane. So So if someone else planned for that and was like, hey, 20 minutes in, jump. That could, but also the pilot took a specific route. He decided the route. DB Cooper or the pilot?
The pilot decided how to get to Mexico City.
I would rather trust the pilot. Like, if I was pulling off a DB Cooper style job,
same.
I don't know anything about that. I would trust the pilot to get me there. Granted, I would know in the back of my head he's probably going to betray me at any given moment.
Yeah.
But also, I'd rather trust the pilot to judge our route.
But if I fly this plane, I know I'm going down.
Oh yeah, no.
So
we're going down.
That's copyrighted.
What's the sugar we're going down? Is that Fall Out Boy or Panic?
It's Fall Out Boy.
Yeah. I don't know the song well enough to start singing it right now. Moving on from emo bands.
I do.
Elena's singing.
Yeah. Quietly because copyright.
If we get copyrighted for singing part of Timber, I'm gonna be mad.
We're gonna get copyrighted for a lot of things. And probably striked because this is not for kids. This is not safe for children.
We're not labeling this as something for kids.
I know, but
we haven't cussed yet though. So
we haven't.
Proud of us.
Yeah, I'm proud of us. So do we want to talk about the cuss jar? I'm still confused.
We'll figure out the cuss jar at a later date.
To be determined.
Until then, we just don't cuss.
Correct. So yes, that is the case of DB Cooper, given to you by the FBI and myself.
Yeah, I would definitely look into watching the Unsolved episode.
Yes.
They go into a lot better detail about it.
Yes, they do.
Ryan does his research on these things.
Yeah.
There are a few cases that I knew about prior going into it.
Mm-hmm.
He does his research.
I jumped around a lot because
we got the base story and we got the minimal details.
Yeah.
A little more than minimal. But we got the base story in.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I think that's it for now.
That's it.
Because I'm not being allowed to talk about communism.
You can talk about communism if you want.
Well, I don't think that I'm going to be allowed to talk about communism. But I'll do that some other time. Maybe I'll jump it on y'all. I'll throw it on y'all at another date. So I guess that's it for now.
This is a very short podcast.
How long did this take?
We are about 40 minutes in.
I mean, we don't have to have like a certain length of episodes. Yeah. Spiral goes on for like. We had 3 hours worth of audio for my thing, which
we had 2.5.
Yeah, we had a lot. Which a good chunk of that had been us standing on the porch because the fire truck had pulled up and we wanted to find out what was happening, but we didn't turn off the mics.
Nice.
But anyways, I think this is it for today. So
that's it for today.
Say goodbye till next time. We don't have an update schedule, which is kind of whenever. So
we're recording next week though.
The Harry Potter episode?
Yes.
Yes, and we have a guest for that one?
We do!
We do. We'll introduce you to
them
next week. Next time we're here. If you liked what you heard, and if you want to hear more of this godforsaken mess, subscribe. Leave a comment if you have questions you want us to talk about.
Or a topic you want to suggest for an episode.
Yeah, and we have some social medias linked in the
description.
Not in the description. The description's part of the video and we haven't set that up. I don't know what's going to be in the description. In our about tab, we have social media there. And is there anything else? I don't know. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought. We thrive on those. I like getting positive reinforcement. If you didn't like it,
Give us negative reinforcement too. I will go through that.
If you didn't like it, you suffer.
Oh my god.
You got to suffer through this.
Yeah. If you didn't like this, why didn't you click out of the video? We're about 45 minutes in.
Like, depending on how long it is when we cut it, you should have clicked out a while ago. Yeah. But anyways, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, smash!
I feel weird saying that. I feel so weird saying that. But like, seriously though, like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I know next time we're discussing Harry Potter, and
that's gonna be a long one.
I hope you know between the three of us, none of us are really fans of J.K. Rowling. So if you are, fair warning, we're about to ruin your childhood.
So if you are, please leave this podcast.
Or just don't listen to the episode. Listen to the other ones, but not this episode.
Yeah.
Or if you want to know why we don't like J.K. Rowling, listen to it, because there's
because we're gonna talk about other things.
Uneducated.
Yeah,
we will, but I feel like we're gonna end up talking about why J.K. Rowling's
a time,
a very large fandom.
They're
still alive. They're still kicking.
Somehow,
I can tell you, they're still kicking.
They're still kicking.
Anyway, we're gonna sign off now.
All right.
See you later, chaps.
We don't have a signature sign off.
Not yet, anyways.
No.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.